right, let's start from the beginning.
I think it's like 2020, 2021. It was right after COVID. Because he was playing for a travel team and he was not very good. And somebody put us on tour and he started coming and he's been training ever since. I mean, he liked to play basketball. He just wasn't very coordinated. He was a normal rec ball kind of kid, really couldn't shoot or dribble. He just was very enthusiastic about it, but had zero skill. He was a defensive kid, if anything. He could play defense and he had energy and want, but he had no skill. So when I found out he wanted to train to get better, I started, like I said, one of the other parents put me on the ebb and I Googled her just to see because I had never heard of her and saw all the things she had done in college, and I felt like if I was going to have somebody coach my kid, I wanted them to know what they were talking about and have that track record, that proof of concept. So once I saw the things she'd done at Seton Hall and things like that, I knew she knew what she was talking about and we were going to give it a shot. I mean, it's night and day. I've posted it online before, just the differences. The biggest thing I would say is confidence, from not wanting to even touch the ball in a game to wanting to be the guy, wants to bring the ball up, wants to be the guard, wants to be the main guy to get his teammates involved. More so than the skill. I think that's what it is. Her teaching him the skills then gave him the confidence to do it in the game. So he's a completely different player, and I like to think that the way she pushed him also helped with his work ethic, because I don't know there's a whole lot of kids that work as hard as he does, but I don't know that he would have had that if it wasn't for her pushing him and not letting him give up. Going into his 7th grade year, so about 2 years ago, he gained a couple inches, lost a little bit of the baby fat, and just started seeing some of the things that he was taught. I saw him buying into them and really starting to do them. And it was like, okay, if you keep working on this, it's just going to get better and better. And I think it was definitely going into his 7th grade year, you could definitely see he was a different kid. So, I mean, I think everything with him, he is so basketball oriented that it very much comes back to it. But I think the confidence he gets from being as skilled as he is now helps him in other facets of just like making friends and just being, he was in a private school, real small, not a lot of kids, to now he's in public school. Your grade alone is bigger than the whole school was for the private school, and he hasn't skipped a beat. He's confident, he's got friends and doesn't have any issues talking to people. And then honestly, I think the work ethic, I'm sure some of that is from, me and his mother, but I think seeing the improvement that he got from working as hard as he does and seeing, honestly, a lot of the other kids that train with Coach Ebb, seeing them getting better, he's like, oh, I can do this. So I think it was like, hey, let's do some, let's work harder. Let's work in school. Let's work harder in school. Let's, work harder on the court. Let's just work harder in life in general. And I think that's a big difference that I don't see with as many kids. The work ethic is huge. I think work ethic is a huge thing once you become an adult, whether you're playing basketball or you're working some office 9 to 5, you got to have that work ethic to get up every day and do life and be successful. So work ethic is huge. I think too, some of it probably is the not wanting to give up part of it, because again, when he first started, I can remember he wanted to go hide in the bathroom because he didn't want to train, and Coach Ebb wouldn't let him. It was, no, you're going to keep doing this till you get it right. We're not moving on. And I think that's going to help him as he gets older with anything that he does. Like, hey, don't run away from this problem. Let's work on it. Let's get it better. Let's succeed. Well, for me, I played basketball when I was younger. Not anywhere near the level he's at now, but it's fun to watch him be good at something. It's good to see that he found something that he enjoys, that he wants to work on. You don't have to make him go do this, that whatever it is, whether it's, going to the games, whether it's going to practices, whether it's going working out, he wants to do it. So as a parent, it's fun to watch him want to do something. It's fun to watch him put his effort into it. Do it. Honestly, I'm very particular. I'm particular about his coaches. I'm particular about you know, who does this and who does that when it comes to basketball. So if I'm good with Coach Ebb training my kid, there's a reason. I'm not just letting anybody work with him. And if you want your kid to get better, it's going to be hard. Your kid's going to complain. They're not going to be happy. But at one point, it's going to click, and then they're going to be happy, and they're going to see the difference, and they're going to be happy that you didn't let them quit. Being a dad is a huge thing. I love being a dad. He's my only son, so all the attention is on him, which I know can be tough for a kid to be the spotlight being on him to have to do that, and I'm not an easy person to please. So it's fun to watch him succeed in anything that he has tried, and I don't think he would do that without Ebb. I think with Ebb, it's definitely given him the confidence to do the things that I'm putting me, his mother, put to him. He's got the confidence knowing he can do it, because if Ebb believes in him, he believes in himself. Time consuming. Simply because it's not just work in the gym. Coach Ebb makes sure all the kids understand that the hour a week, maybe 2 hours a week, depending on how often you come, you got to do more than that. And she instills that in her kids, that if you want to get better, she'll give you the tools, but you got to work on it, and you got to push, and you got to apply the tools. And that's all he does 24/7 is play basketball. And I think 90% of that is because of what Ebb's given him to use to get better. My name's Dan Ciucci. My son's Trenton. He's been training with Ebb for about 4 or 5 years. He's in 9th grade now, goes to North High.